Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Welcome back to another edition of I Told You So news. For those of you who don't remember or simply weren't around last October, November, and December, count yourself lucky. One of the largest news stories ever created within the cryptocurrency space was that the genius, he's not a genius, Sam Bankman-Fried destroyed the cryptocurrency space. He did Kamehameha, everything completely collapsed. And the cryptocurrency space was devastated by the loss of a cryptocurrency exchange that nearly all of you had never heard about until it was actually in the news and we heard about how terrible the entire collapse of everything was. Regardless of my own personal feelings on the matter, which is that it was not a very big deal, and this is why you are barely hearing about it anymore in the news and how it has no longer a crazy effect on the prices of the space. A lot of the revelations that we found out about the cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, and Sam Bankman-Fried devastated the cryptocurrency market, brought prices down. Everyone was terrified and on alert, and people were doing whatever they had to do. I mentioned, this was me, I said earlier this year, as I've been seeing a large number of really weird incidents within the cryptocurrency space, namely around the SEC and companies that have previously collapsed trying to return. Think of Terra Luna earlier last year. Was it last year? It's been a while. Who also announced that they were trying to make a comeback, and this was even allegedly from Do Kwon, the guy who is now in trouble for the entire operation going pew and collapsing. I said we were probably going to hear some kind of news about a potential return of FTX. I think a lot of people thought I was crazy, but for some reason, I'm not sure if I'm psychic. I'm not sure if I need to play the lotto, because I was also correct about the Fidelity and the BlackRock thing completely to a T. It now appears that, allegedly, this is an article from the Wall Street Journal, they are claiming that the new CEO of FTX, they have a brand new CEO, his name is John J, the letter J, Ray III, very fancy, has announced that they are thinking of going along with plans to actually revive FTX. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, red flag. I've been in crypto long enough that I have personally seen whenever there has been a revival, a revamp, what do you call it? It's not reforging, renaming, I don't know, of anything that has previously failed within the cryptocurrency space. Historically, it tends to refail in the future. I do not and cannot know if FTX 2.0 is going to fail or collapse. But what's the saying? Fool me once, shame on a duck, or fool me twice. I don't know what the words are in that sentence, but I would dare go so far as to say we have many other cryptocurrency exchanges on the planet. Regardless of where you live, you at least have one, if not two. If you happen to live in Europa or in the USA, you have multiple cryptocurrency exchanges. I would not myself find a reason to swap out funds to put it back into the rehashing or the revival of a website that is alleged to have misused customer funds, regardless of whatever the new company might actually be doing. We've seen this a number of times, and one of the scarier ones, for those of you who weren't here back in the year 1500, was Bitconnect. Bitconnect was a website where you could put your money, your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, on there, and they gave you back a return on a daily and or weekly basis. There were a number of large profile YouTubers who were covering it and telling other people to get into it. I knew it was an SCAM from the beginning, and I told people on my channel, don't go for it because something's clearly wrong with it. However, At some point, Bitconnect failed. It collapsed. What? That's crazy. I can't imagine that happening. The scariest part is that Bitconnect dollar, whatever coin they had, went from several $100s to around a penny. I think it was like 1 or 2 pennies, completely collapsed. Everyone was like, no, what's going on? They announced a couple of months after, someone came forward and said that they're going to try and revamp Bitconnect. I am in no way trying to conflate Bitconnect with FTX, but you understand cryptocurrency companies. This is the connection that I'm trying to make. And people, would you believe it, threw their money back into the brand new revamped Bitconnect. It happens quite often. You think it wouldn't, but it does. People keep hearing that something has collapsed, has allegedly failed customers and allegedly taken their money or misused their monies, whatever the case might be. And people still fly back to it. This is also, there were a number of YouTubers who at the time who promoted Bitconnect. And people still ran back to them and said it wasn't their fault. But I digress, like literally, I digressed. People familiar with the discussions also revealed that the failed crypto firm has engaged in preliminary talks with potential investors to support a restart of the international exchange known as FTX, potentially through a joint venture. The sources told the Wall Street Journal that there's a possibility that existing customers might be offered a stake in the relaunched entity as compensation against their claims. Someone's ear just perked up, and I'm going to tell you why it should perk right down. Allegedly, one of the other ideas is that if you are owed money from FTX, they would offer you a stake in the company to say, hey, would you rather have your money back or would you rather have a piece of the company? You would think that it would be more amazing to have a piece of the company, but you would be having a piece of a company that is basically tarnished forever. The people behind, what's the other one? What was the original BitConnect? MtGox. Magic the Gathering online exchange was the first large cryptocurrency exchange that we had. It collapsed. It was broken apart. It was hacked like 14 or something times. They tried to relaunch MtGox. What was it? 2015, 16 or something like that. People also threw their money back onto there as well. So didn't want to make this an extremely long video. It is more of a letting you understand what's happening as always. The articles will be available in the description below for you to read them yourself. This is something that I am going to stay away from. I was never using FTX in the first place because I heard Sam Bankman-Fried talking on Fox Business once, and I was like, people trust him? I didn't understand it from the get-go. This is why there were so many articles talking about he was a genius, and I was like, you can hear that he's a bit off. That you get what I'm saying. So cool. FTX may allegedly be trying to rebrand or relaunch and offer, instead of actual money in compensation that is owed to the people who lost their money, maybe trying to give them a stake in the company instead. The unsilver lining is that if that company collapses again, or if no one is using it, your stake in that company would also collapse as well, and then you would have lost everything. So I hope that this gives you food for thought in that a revival does not indicate that something is going to last or be around at all. We have a number of other cryptocurrency exchanges which up until this point have showed us that they are, and I use this lightly, trustworthy, and or have shown that they are regulated and or are custodying customer funds in the appropriate way, especially as the SEC has been hounding them over the last couple of months. So just a public service announcement there. As always, I do hopeth that you have all enjoyed it. I do hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, or great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do sincerely hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.